Come on, ladies and gents, hope you're well. Welcome back to this week's video. This week's video is going to be everything about outsourcing and why you should do it. I'm going to a meeting to meet, well, for actually the first time in person, which is weird, Sam and Willen, who have been doing some outsourcing work for me, and we're going to discuss how they could possibly help Brunton Media, how they will be possibly helping Brunton Media. I think they're also making a vlog about it, not 100% positive, but yeah. But today's meeting is mostly to talk about them. Well, firstly, I gave them a podcast each to edit, which they did and was all good, and then after that they're going to probably help me with the podcast, my podcast that is, and then whenever I get some client stuff, they may help with client stuff as well, but also then the initial goal would be to build up that relationship for them to hopefully help me with some filming eventually, but also some video editing for my YouTube channel, and just help him with bits and bobs that is currently taking up a lot of time. And so yeah, so that's what today's meeting is mostly about, just podcast stuff mostly, and just, you know, deciding the best ways forward, making sure they're happy, making sure they kind of get what I need, kind of working out the best way forward so they win as well. Even though we're in a global pandemic, we still can't get rid of sleazy salesmen. It's very annoying. See you soon. Ideally, ideally, if you can find it, like, try to tailor the clips around the platform, but don't let that be the be all and end all if you can't, because sometimes it's not possible. Best case scenario, yes.
Love gear. You can't help but like.
Yeah. Gear is fun, but it shouldn't be the be all and end all of what you can do. Right? Like, it's a tool at the end of the day, right? Everyone's owning a smartphone, so you can create the same as you can create on these that you can on your smartphone. It might look better on these, but it's, at the end of the day, the story is what matters. It's not, everything else is fluff. Go back to like podcast stuff and outsourcing editing and that kind of thing. Have you boys thought about like the next steps of what you want to achieve from it? Because to me, it's important, if you're going to do anything for me, that you also are getting stuff out of it, whether I was paying you or not, right? Because it's not just a monetarily thing. I want to make sure you're learning, or you're growing, or you're getting what you want from it. Otherwise, there's no point doing it, right? Because, to be honest, it will get boring. Yeah, you've done one. Yay, you've done one. Trust me, when you've done 30, it's boring. Well, I'll tell you right now.
Yeah.
No matter how cool the conversation is, it's still boring.
Right now, the editing and the practice with that is fantastic, because what we're kind of learning at the moment, obviously we lost Adobe, and like editing that transfers across all platforms and all services. So like, because one of our goals is to be able to edit on Premiere, Resolve and Avid. So then we can say to anybody that we work with, yeah, we're proficient on all these three platforms. And then, so we were looking at like, we drew up some like ideas as to what we could do, and say like, pay for 6 podcasts up front, and then we use that money to buy like Avid, and then all that sort of stuff. We've been like brainstorming lots of different ideas as to how we can use the opportunity here to then further the growth in other areas, and also with what we do with you.
So far, kind of what we've done is just editing for ourselves. So like, well, obviously we all do it, but like making a vlog a certain way is what you do, and then Sam does it his way, and like editing the podcast, you have to take into account not just the way you would want it, but the way somebody else would listen to it, and for instance, you would listen to it watching it back, and things like that, taking into account that you're not the only person in the system. And I think that's really good. It like really benefits the cooperation and teamwork within the industry style like progression, I guess.
No, exactly. And I think that as you do it more, and as you, because you know, we may work together for a year, and then you go, okay, cool. You know, I may be at a point where I don't need it, or I'm looking for someone more full time, or whatever. But then, you know, there'll be a world where you both need to work with other people, whether that's for your own projects or college or whatever it is. There'll be worlds where you edit half a project and someone else edits half a project. So you need to know kind of what are the, you know, the things that people do, or you know, by no means am I the industry industry standard, but I do it specific ways because I know it works, right? You know, like just from an organisation perspective. And I'm sure there'll be like slight tweaks for industry, but depending on which industry you go to, but the overall is the same. The idea is in the core concepts are the same. Right? Like why do you order things this way? Why do you edit things in this order? Why do you shoot things in this order, etc. You know, all of that is kind of why it works and how to optimize it. And the only reason you're going to know that, or any way you're going to know that, is through doing it over and over and over and over and over and over and over again.
Yeah, I mean the showcase thing is actually pretty cool because it almost establishes you as a Salisbury essential, and that's that thing of like where we were just talking about the business taking care of itself. It's like having that. It's like, and even there was one for a phone depot, you know, like that tiny little shop. But now every time I walk past it, I'm like, oh, that's the place, you know, and it benefits everybody. And so I really hear that, and I think in terms of you know, relating it back to us with you again, I think it's just the type of thing that we'll really enjoy learning, because we've so far have taken the strategy. If we're kind and we're honest and we continue to focus on ourselves, we will naturally, you know, meet people and gravitate towards people on similar paths. But at the same time, it doesn't hurt to think a little bit more about it than just, I'll be nice and things will...
I'm going to be nice and everything, people are going to hand me money.
But we went to a networking event with a bunch of people in industry, and one of the main things which I took away from it is that you only ever meet people in the industry once, as in like for the first time. And it's very important that they know you the first thing when they associate. So like when I think of Brunton Media, I think of like just Salisbury and like
community.
When I talk about like to people like what Brunton Media is, I say like he does like all the marketing and advertising for the businesses in Salisbury. Whether or not that statement's true, because obviously they're not all independents, but you know, that's what my brain does. And so in terms of like, I think for Willen and I, it's like Snowy the Dog Photography and W. Willen 14. What do those names mean? What do they do? And it seems like this is a step towards figuring that out. Yeah, I think that's a good way to go about it, because, you know, as we've said, we don't know whether it's going to work. So taking it stage by stage protects all interested parties.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
It also allows you to say you feel like you are moving too fast. It allows you to bring it back a bit, which is good.
Yeah, it's not like, I know the demand's going to be there. It's just more I have to go and hunt for the clients. But right now, I've got a lot of other stuff on the plate, so it's like, do I really have the infrastructure to be able to deal with everything on the plate, plus everything I'm going to put on the plate, right? Because it's one of those things where the plate's only so big, right? So you'll put a load of stuff on, then you've got to take some stuff off so you can put more stuff on. So there definitely will be stuff there. It just might be a little bit longer than originally thought. But I think this process is very good for me because it allows me to really gauge where you guys are. But also, best case scenario, like the end goal for me would be, I film a podcast, I hand it off to one of you, and then I get given back the full episode in video with an audio file and the clips. Done. Cool. Or even better, it's all just uploaded. That's like end goal. We're nowhere close there, but that's just so you know where I'm looking, or where the end goal would be. Because as I said to you both early on, I see where I was in 2018, early 2018, where you are now. Right. So just to give you something to be like, okay, it is possible. If you keep doing it, you keep learning, you keep developing, you keep trying to push yourself, you will get there. It won't be what Brunton Media looks like, it will be what you want it to be, or what you want it to be. But you'll be able to get to that level, right? And then next level, and then the next level, and so on. But at the moment, you can't even see the levels which Brunton Media is looking at, because you're still trying to work out that bit, you know? Which is fine. You know, that's part of progression, that's part of life. So I think it's good to be transparent and what you were being honest and truthful about. If you think you can do something, do it to the best of your ability, and you'll be surprised at how well you can do. Because I've always gone, I'll give it a go. it might turn out like a shit fire, but good to go. And you know, that's been kind of my mentality for the last 3 years, right? To make yourself better. Like, even if we get another lockdown, what are you going to do during lockdown that means you're stronger when you come out of lockdown?
I'm going to edit your podcast.
Yes.
Like, yeah, like we both got that drive. I think it's something that Runa and I both enjoy about creating with each other, is that our enthusiasm for what we do and the energy that we both bring is very similar. Of the we just love what we do.
So it might be that you can serve me best by just serving YouTube, or it might be you can serve me best by possibly doing some client work, etc. So right now I don't know the answer. And it would be unfair to me to say this is what I need when it's not something I can confirm that I need.
Taking that time is what's best. As in, like, Will and I have been coming up with, like, ways in which we can support you. So, like, ideas of, like, business proposals of, like, we can offer you this service and that sort of stuff. And any extra time to, like, really think about what we can offer, what you need, all that sort of stuff is only going to benefit us moving forward.
Yeah, I think something really good as well is obviously, like, I think we're all O&T with each other, like open and transparent. So like just having a conversation now, like I can't do it right now. It's like it's fine. It doesn't like get your hopes up and then just like nothing happens. So I think that's really important. And it's really good.
Because it will happen, right? This is something I'm going to need moving forward, and then it will only get more as I grow.
You can tell by your story.
Right, it will. It just will.
Yeah, you're always about.
That's not it. It's just right now my focus is not there. My focus will be there in the next 2 months, but it's not right now. Because right now my focus has to be somewhere else to help that be strong and build. So that's why I'm focusing on Tide right now. That's why Tide's important. But when it comes back to Brunton Media, that's when you guys will be involved. And I want you to be involved, but at the moment I don't know at what capacity at this stage. As you probably know by now, I can talk forever, but I will have to leave, because otherwise I'm not going to leave. I'm not being here at 4.
I'm going to get a shot, because we got to go to college, man.
Yeah.
So yeah, have a good day. And no, it was great. It was great chatting to you, catching up to both. And let's aim for start next week for the actual files, because I've got a plate.
Yeah, don't worry.
I've got a list that I don't even know what I'm going to get to the end of yet. So yeah. But yeah, if you think of anything, or there's any other questions or anything that you think of, let me know. And then as you both know, I'm very easy to come in contact with if needed. So
Cool.
I'm just going to get a shot of you walking away, just as you were.
cheers, guys. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. So, job done, really. Very, very good, very, very positive conversation. Was a little bit longer than I expected, but should be good. Should be good things. Not 100% sure how we're going to use them yet, but yeah, we'll see. So, if you did enjoy this video, make sure to leave it a like. If you did enjoy and want to see more, make sure to be subscribed. And I'll leave Sam and Willen's links in the description down below. I'll see you very soon.